to School, a Sailor Moon watchcast. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And any Zach facts you got for us today? Any Zach rock facts, gems?
I
think we went over them all last time.
Yeah, I didn't, that'll be a every other episode thing, maybe, where next time I'll look up the, I don't know, what was it? I was gonna look up the psychic healing.
Yeah, the healing properties of those gems.
Rocks. I did not do it today.
Okay.
Rock facts is a better name for that, because that's also a reference to a cartoon.
Yeah, but Zach facts. It sounds good.
That's true.
It's sort of a slant rhyme, I think, but you know.
Yeah, it works.
So our first episode for today is episode 27, Crushing on Ami, the boy who can see the future, which was directed by Takeo Yoshizawa and written by Katsuyuki Sumisawa. It first aired October 10th, 1992 in Japan, and October 11th, 1995 in English.
Okay.
Which is fun.
Yeah,
that's fun
very,
today.
very close.
So, before we talk about the episode,
yeah,
we got a new opening.
Yeah, we do.
Don't know why this wasn't in the last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know why this was the one they picked to change over.
There's some weird opening choices that we'll talk about in general. But the opening itself...
Mm-hmm. It's the same song.
It's the same song.
Moonlight Legend.
It opens differently. It's like on
a castle. Yeah, that's overlooking a crystal lake.
Yeah. But it's like in front of the Earth, it looks like. It looks like the Earth is in the background.
Yeah.
And also we see all the Sailor Guardians.
Yeah, we see all 4 Sailor Guardians.
We see all 4 Sailor Guardians, and also Sailor Venus is there.
You don't know what her name is.
I guess I don't. But she's there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they would do that. They finally fucking got Mako in the opening.
Yeah.
And now they're like, hey, there's another two episodes after we found all 4 of the Sailor Guardians.
Yeah, all 4 Sailor Guardians are in this opening. And also another one.
Yeah. There sure is.
I really like it. I think this is my favorite Sailor Moon opening.
Yes. There is you took note, reading in your notes, of a certain moment that I also took note of.
So there's a bit in the opening, we can't, describe all of the imagery here, that would be obnoxious.
Yeah.
But there's a bit towards the end where Usagi sort of transitions from her sailor uniform to, a white princess dress. And we see her, clutching the moonstick, I think? Or some other kind of scepter.
I think it's the moonstick.
And the camera, pans, over her, and her dress, spreads out into a circle, and it then becomes the moon.
Yes.
And it's very good and cool, and I love it.
It's a really cool shot. It's one of the few examples of imagery in the show so far using, just the full moon as an image, rather than the crescent moon. Yeah. Which is interesting to me.
Yeah. I think that will be the opening for the rest of this season.
Okay.
So.
We also... Oh, no, never mind. We get the same recap from Usagi that is just mentioning that Mako has joined the crew, which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The episode itself opens in the Dark Kingdom.
Yeah, Queen Beryl is recapping how they need the 7 rainbow crystals, in case you've forgotten.
Listen, sometimes kids miss an episode.
That's true, that's fair. And also, she's counting them out on her fingers, practically. That there's 2. There's 7 in total.
Yes.
We've seen 2. And Zoisite lost 1 already.
Yes.
And so she is upset at Zoisite.
Yeah, she should be.
But Zoisite apologizes, because they lost it to Tuxedo Mask.
Right.
They lost the Boxy, the orange crystal.
Yeah.
But Kunzite is also there. And he assures her that, they see Tuxedo Mask again, they'll just steal it from him.
They'll steal it from him.
And Beryl is, like, happy about that, as I remember it, and, like, everybody is just, like, everybody says something really obvious, and then the rest of the Dark Kingdom is just like, what a great plan! And, like, especially with Kunzite. That happens a lot with Kunzite.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Beryl says it had better happen soon.
Yeah.
Because they need the other 5 crystals.
She shouldn't be in such a rush. They need, like, at least 6 more episodes.
Yeah. And then we cut to, the real world.
Yeah.
The world of light.
We see, like, a construction... God damn, you can't make Deltarune references.
Wasn't a Delta. I just said World of Light.
Okay. We see, like, a construction site, and we see Ami walking by it on her way to school. She is reading a book while she walks, because she's Ami.
That's dangerous.
It is. It's super dangerous, as we'll see. Well, not quite. A boy is running behind her.
Yes.
And is like, hey, Miss Mizuno. And she turns and is like, oh, hey, Rio.
And, yeah, Rio sort of looks at the construction site above and behind her.
He's
like,
nervous
hey,
about something.
Hey, Ami, how you doing? And Ami's like, is something wrong? And then we see the construction crew is, like, lifting a big metal beam.
Yeah, one might call it a girder.
A girder, yes. And it slips out of the cable that it's wrapped in, and falls. And
crushes a fucking
like
pickup
a Mini
truck.
Cooper.
I think it's a pickup truck.
It's probably a pickup truck. That would make the most sense for what's at that scene. And it falls and then tips over onto, like, the sidewalk and lands, like, right in front of where Ami would have been if she had not stopped to talk to Rio.
Right.
And she is a little traumatized.
Yeah,
it looks
a little
like.
bit. We can hear her heartbeats.
Yeah, from the near-death experience. And she turns to look at Rio, but
he's gone.
He is gone. Like a thief in the night.
That's not weird at all.
No. And then we cut to the school, and we see the grade board.
All the kids are like, hey, where am I at? Hey. And we see Usagi.
Yes, Usagi finds hers, and she is number 203 on the ranking, on the leaderboard.
And her...
I hate this idea of...
It's not great.
I know it's a cultural thing in Japan, but...
Her score is like 500 something, I think.
Yes, 586. I don't know what that's out of.
900.
900?
We see it later.
Okay.
And she's with Mako. And Mako is like, hey... Or Usagi is like, oh, my mom is gonna be so mad. And Mako is like, yeah, she should be. That's a real bad grade. And then they both start cracking up, and we see on the board that Mako also did not do great.
She's 201. She's 2 points above Usagi. She got 601 score. They
both laugh and say, this sucks.
And then we hear a voice.
We hear an off-screen boy, as I noted in my notes.
Yeah. It sounds like Shingo's voice actor to me.
Okay.
Who is asking who Rio Urawa is. And notes that he got a perfect score of 900. We see
on the grade board Rio got a 900.
And Ami got 899.
Yeah.
I do wonder, since this is ranked, I wonder if Ami had gotten that one more point, if they'd be tied, or...
I don't know how that would work.
But Usagi and Mako are shocked at this, especially that Ami is beneath someone else on the... I'm gonna keep calling it a leaderboard.
That's basically what it is.
And then Ami passes by, and Usagi tries to commiserate with her, is what you put down in your notes, and I like that word.
That's what she was doing.
I like that phrasing. But Ami is like, oh yeah, I should have studied harder. Next time I'll study harder. And Usagi is somewhat aghast.
She doesn't understand her.
No. Mako points out that Rio is in the same class as Ami. And Ami mentions that Rio just recently transferred to Juban Middle School.
Yeah.
And then we see Rio. Rio passes by, and Ami says hi, and he kind of greets her, and then just sort of blushes and running away.
Yeah. Just baby boy Rio.
Yeah. Poor Rio.
Poor little suede-headed baby boy Rio.
Suede-headed?
Yeah. Have you not seen Shenmue?
I guess not.
Okay. There's a bit where an old lady calls the main character of Shenmue Rio. Suede-headed baby boy Rio. And then Rio is like, ma'am, please don't call me suede-headed baby boy Rio. And then she's like, oh, you've got a mouth on you.
Suede-headed?
Suede-headed.
What does that mean?
Suede-headed. It's like suede.
On your head?
On your head, yeah.
Why? Okay. Anyway, not Ryu.
Nope,
Rio,
not a dragon.
Rio runs off.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi, her fucking pretty guardian of love and justice senses.
Her senses are like, oh, I know what's up.
I sense love.
Uh-huh.
And justice.
I don't think
Not
justice.
so much justice, but definitely love. And then we cut to the roof of the school.
Yeah. Where
Rio is, like, looking at a newspaper clipping that has a picture of Ami on it. From that time when she got number one highest score in the nation on a thing. Rio has a flashback to an exam that he took, and we see he's like really frustrated, and he like sort of accidentally throws like an eraser out of his hand.
Yeah, and he is sitting next to Ami.
Yes, who picks up the eraser and hands it back to him, and tells him to just relax.
Just relax.
Just chill out.
Just chill out. Good luck.
Yeah. And he blushes and takes the eraser back. Yeah. And I assume did well on that exam. We don't actually see. But that's, I guess, the first moment they sort of met. Yeah. And he's then broken from his flashback by Usagi showing up on the roof, who is like, I knew it! Mm-hmm. I knew you had a crush on Ami. She sees the newspaper clipping. Yeah. She sees the newspaper clipping and assumes that Rio must have had it for like a while.
Well, yeah, because it's an old newspaper.
Yeah, which means he must have had a crush on her for that long too. Yeah. Which does make sense. Yeah. And Rio denies this and says he just wants to be as smart as Ami is. And Usagi sort of compliments him on finally managing to like beat her at school. Yeah. And I feel like that's not, first of all, how school works.
It is here.
Although, again, leaderboards. Yeah. Second of all, I don't think that's in keeping with the love thing, Usagi. But Rio denies that he even sort of did become any smarter than her or anything. Yeah. And says he just got lucky. He feels like he can't even come close to being as smart as her. And Usagi is confused by this. Also through this whole thing,
they're like watching Ami play ball with two other girls and Mako on the ground.
Which seems like it's gonna be unbalanced.
Yeah, Mako's real tall.
Real tall, real strong. Mm-hmm. Unless it's... What if it's all three of them versus Mako?
It might be.
Usagi tries to reassure Rio that she is a love expert. Mm-hmm. And tells him to let her handle it. Yeah. Which couldn't possibly
go wrong.
Yeah. She starts to leave, but then he stops her and tells her to be careful whenever she's around water today.
Yeah, and she's like, huh? And then we see a janitor on the upper roof. Like, ooh, job done. And he I don't understand what he was doing, because he just tosses a bucket of water, presumably like mop water or something, onto the lower roof. Which means he's just gonna have to clean that now.
Yeah, what's he gonna... And when he cleans that, is he just gonna dump it onto the ground?
I guess.
Onto some poor sap's head?
Well, he does. It falls on Usagi, and she gets all wet. And Rio is like, oh, I guess I should have said that earlier.
and Usagi cries.
And the janitor's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
He said, "You're a bad janitor."
Yeah.
What was your plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
Then we get a cut to another scene where I guess Mamoru and Rei
are on a date.
They're
on a date. They're dating.
That's weird. They've
been dating.
Have they?
Yeah, they went to that art gallery, the doll gallery.
Right, but
we've seen them together before.
I mean, here's the thing. I assumed that Rei thought those were dates.
Okay.
But Mamoru didn't.
I guess it's still unclear. You could interpret even this as Mamoru just going along.
She is on top of him, practically. She's hanging onto his arm.
Yeah. Which is a date thing to do.
It is a date thing to do. We're just gonna have to deal with that, huh?
We're gonna have to deal with a lot with Mamoru. And she's like, "Oh, so I'll let you pick where we go next." And he doesn't hear it because he is distracted, thinking about, just all the shit that's going on with him. He's, thinking about the rainbow crystals.
He just realized he's Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I guess I gotta get the silver crystal to figure it out.
Everybody's just obsessed with the silver crystal. Yeah. It's just the big thing now.
And
it's the in thing.
Yeah. Rei sort of snaps him out of it and is like, "Hey, are you even listening to me?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, what'd you say?" And she asks if he's okay, if something happened. And he says, just the usual stuff. Let's go. And they walk off screen. And they pass by a restaurant where we see, in silhouette, Usagi and Rio are sitting in a booth. And we sort of zoom in on the restaurant and, go inside.
This fucking scene.
And Usagi is like, "Here." And she hands Rio an envelope that has, rabbits on it.
Yes. Also a little heart, I think.
Yeah.
And Rio's like, "What the fuck?"
And Rio takes it, and there's just a candid photo of Ami eating a burger.
Can I read the quote?
Yeah, sure.
You noted down here. So Usagi says, "Now you don't have to carry around that newspaper clipping. Pretty cute, huh? You don't often see her making that kind of face."
Yeah,
I
don't often see Ami eat a burg.
Don't often see Ami eat a burg, and also I am uncomfortable with that phrasing.
I mean, I'm uncomfortable
with everything about this.
I'm uncomfortable with this whole sitch.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just have pictures of people who you aren't dating. I mean, listen, have pictures of your friend, but they should agree to let you take the picture of them.
They should also agree to let you give that picture to other people.
Yeah.
But Usagi and Ami are dating. So.
Sure.
But, just, you don't often see her make that kind of face.
Yeah.
Just her mouth open, about to eat a bird.
About to eat a bird.
That...
And surprised that you were taking a picture of her about to eat a bird.
I don't... I'm... Usagi.
Usagi.
Why did you take that, also?
For real.
Did she, though? Or how long has she had this photo?
I would have to assume.
Why does she have an envelope that is the exact correct size to hold this photo that is pink and has little bunnies and hearts on it?
Just to have it.
Why did she put it in an envelope?
To give it.
She immediately took it out.
Well, listen. You can't just give someone a loose photo.
Luna's also there. She's
here.
In the booth seat with Usagi. Yeah. And she notices that in Usagi's, picnic basket, the moonstick is beeping and glowing.
Yeah.
Which means it has detected a rainbow crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Why...
Yeah?
I have so many world-building questions. Why did they have to turn the planetarium into a dark crystal to find the rainbow crystals? But the moonstick just knows where the rainbow crystals are. Well... Especially if Luna isn't working for the person who sealed the monsters.
Okay. Let's go down. Let's
One thing at a time.
The Dark Kingdom don't have access to the Moonstick. That is a thing that Luna had.
Yes.
So they needed the Dark Crystal because they didn't have the Moonstick.
Right.
Presumably, Luna did not know about the Rainbow Crystals. Presumably, off-screen, she was told by Mission Control in the arcade about them when they became relevant.
Right.
And so, the Moonstick wasn't a thing they needed until now. And also the Moonstick signifies who the leader is, and she wasn't sure who should be leader until they found all 4 Sailor Guardians.
Right. But it doesn't answer all my questions.
Okay, I forgot some of your questions.
It's okay. Just, why can it do that?
Presumably because there's some stuff we don't know. I think that we'll be able to answer that later.
Okay.
Not now.
Okay. And Luna seeing the beeping in the picnic basket is like, hey, wait, could Rio be the thing? Could he be a thing?
And she does not voice these concerns to Usagi because there is a human here.
Yes. Also, they're in a diner. Also, it could be anybody just sort of walking by, you know?
That doesn't seem to be a concern for her.
No. Rio thanks Usagi for the picture, says he loves it. And Usagi sort of changes the subject to, when are you going to tell Ami how you feel about her? Yeah. Which is an interesting thing for her to say, as if he needs to do it very quickly. Yeah. Considering the 2 people she's in love with. Yeah, Granted, she doesn't exactly have a lot of time to talk to Tuxedo Mask.
Not
just
really.
Sort of conversationally.
Yeah.
Rio says that he had resolved not to tell Ami about his feelings until he measured up to her academically.
Yeah, so this is some fucking bullshit. This is some... Okay, here's the thing. Rio thinks that he needs to be better than Ami to date her. Because he's a man.
Well, that is not the impression I got from...
It's the impression that I get from some later stuff he says.
Okay. At least from this, my impression was he wants to be smart enough to deserve her.
I guess, but also, there's this whole thing with how men think that they need to be as good as or better than the women they're interested in. Straight men, to be clear. And I'm sure bisexual men. Sure. They think that they need to be better than or as good as the woman they're interested in whatever that woman is good at. Like, if you're interested in a woman who's really good at sports, you need to be as good at sports as her. And it's this weird... I understand feeling inadequate. But,
or also, wanting to impress the person.
Right. There's a weird sort of gendered expectation there, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
sense.
Where,
a woman can't be better than a man.
Right.
I can't date a woman that's better than me at something. And I don't like it. It's not good.
That's fair.
Rio is also a child.
Yeah, he's a baby. He's a suede-headed baby, Rio.
He's a little baby Shenmue, and I can't expect him to be super woke in regards to gender politics. But also, it's fucked up.
We've also never offered that sort of benefit of the doubt to Umino.
Well, because Umino sucks.
Okay. Also, Umino is not a child because he's not human.
Right, and also I don't think Umino has, said... He hasn't tried to be better at stuff that Usagi is good at.
Sure, I wasn't saying the specific instance. I just mean being a sexist asshole.
Oh, sure, no. Umino doesn't deserve anything.
No.
Rio maybe also doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt, but he's painted more sympathetically, so I am more willing to give it to him.
Right. Whereas, at least the show agrees with us that Umino is a little shit most of the time. Anyway, Usagi says that since, he beat her on the fucking board.
You should be good to go.
He's good to go. You did it. And she says, she tells him that she'll bring Ami to come talk to him after she's done with cram school today.
Yeah.
Or tonight, rather, because it is, evening.
That's the thing for me about this scene. They're having dinner. They're having dinner at a,
at a diner. A diner dinner.
And...
we see Rei and Mamoru on, an evening date.
Yeah.
In the night.
We didn't mention that Rei was in, a fucking pantsuit. Not a pantsuit. She was in, a suit.
I didn't notice that.
She was in, a pink suit, which, she's 14. Why did they make those in her size?
For her, specifically.
Yeah, I guess. It's nighttime. Why is cram school going until nighttime?
It's, finals,
Gotta cram.
Gotta cram.
It
Finals.
Is the fall.
It is the fall.
But, it doesn't get dark that fast.
No.
Anyway.
And then, so immediately after Usagi makes that offer, she and Luna just sort of run out. I did notice, I don't think Usagi picked up her basket, but when we cut back, the basket is off the floor now.
Yeah.
And gone with her.
Well, maybe Luna took it. I don't know.
It's bigger than she is.
Yeah, well, Luna's strong.
And Rio is nervous.
He's nervous. He's like, I'm not ready yet.
No. And then we see, Rio staring at the photo of Ami, and it pans out and reveals Zoisite watching him in a magical vortex cloud created by the Dark Crystal. So yes, confirming Luna's suspicion. Rio is the yellow crystal monster. Very convenient that they've all been encountered so far in the right order, huh?
Yeah. Well,
we see, we cut to Luna and Usagi waiting for Ami outside of cram school.
It's called the OK Cram School, which is...
It's not the best.
But it's okay.
It's okay. And Luna says there's something she's been meaning to tell Usagi.
Yeah.
But she needed to be sure.
And Usagi is like, oh, what is it? And then Luna just doesn't.
Yeah. And because two girls emerge from the cram school.
With Ami.
And I guess that interrupts.
I guess that interrupted her?
Because she doesn't want to talk in front of the other human? I don't know.
I guess.
Usagi, but this is a mistake. Because the thing about Usagi, she shouldn't have let Usagi see her prey. Because once she is on the mission, she cannot stop.
Right.
And so Usagi catches up to Ami and says, hey, and very quickly sort of explains that there's an awesome place she wants to take Ami and drags her by the arm away. And Luna just kind of has to chase after them.
Yes.
And then we cut to Rio.
Who has left the diner.
Yes, and which is... I guess he has just left the diner.
I guess.
But also means that presumably that's where Usagi is going to take Ami, and he's just not going to be there.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
He didn't want to.
Just bail. And he is walking down the street, and guess what? It's Zoisite. It's Zoisite time.
Zoisite is sitting on a awning?
Yeah,
Is that what you would call that? Is that an awning?
Yes, he is on like a tarp awning.
I don't think it's tarp. I think it's made of concrete.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But he's sitting on it.
Yes.
And he's like, hey. So.
And he says he's been dying to meet Rio. And Rio says, so you must be Zoisite.
Which offends Zoisite.
Yes. He demands that Rio explain. And Rio says that ever since he was a kid, he had the mysterious ability, he says, to see the future. It's the future he can see. It's not mysterious to he. And now it's recently started getting stronger, and he actually already knows his true identity.
Yeah.
As a great monster. Even though he'd rather not, he says.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
And Zoisite is like, oh, well, that makes things easier. Turn into your monster persona and kneel before me. And Rio very passionately says, I won't!
he says he would rather die.
He would rather die
than to be a slave to evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then tries to punch Zoisite.
He says be a slave to a demon.
Yes, he does.
And he does try to punch Zoisite, but he is pushed away.
Yes, because he is a small child and Zoisite is a minor deity.
Uh-huh. A minor Buddhist deity, I guess? That's what the 4 heavenly kings are.
Yeah,
I don't know what's up with that.
Why are they evil, also?
I don't think they're actually the 4 heavenly kings, but okay. I don't know why they're called that.
Yeah. I know that's a motif in a lot of Japanese
media. It is definitely a motif. Like, the Elite Four in Pokemon are also that.
But they were also supposed to be evil originally.
Were they?
A little
They're
bit.
evil in the manga, but I don't know if they were meant to be in the games.
Okay. But yeah, Zoisite he summons the Dark Crystal, and, Zoe.
Yeah. Zoe.
He starts trying to take the Rainbow Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Usagi pulling Ami along the street again, and they round the corner, and
Ami stops.
Yes. And they see Rio and Zoisite.
Mm-hmm.
And Luna Luna, extends her claws and, puffs up like an actual cat.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And she tells Ami and Usagi to transform. And they do.
Yeah.
And that leads right into the commercial break.
Yeah. They finished the stock footage of Ami's transformation and then commercials.
Yep.
And I learned a lot about credit cards.
Do you?
Yeah.
What did you learn? Share with the class.
There's a brand I can get that doesn't have a fee? I don't remember.
I don't think you learned shit about credit cards,
actually.
It
was a bad commercial.
I think you lied to me.
Yeah.
And then we cut back from commercial after you don't learn about credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoisite is still killing Rio.
Uh-huh.
And Usagi and Ami interrupt.
Yeah.
Love and justice and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They tell Zoisite to let that boy go.
Uh-huh.
And he does.
He does.
He kind of does. Not sure why.
Yeah.
But Usagi tells Ami to take Rio somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm. And she, blocks Zoisite.
Yes, the fucking shot. Zoisite just kind of tries to step around Usagi, and Usagi just kind of scoots to block him. A battle of wits.
Mm-hmm.
The battle between the great enemy, the third final boss,
and the hero.
Just kind of scooch.
Mm-hmm.
But then Zoisite says that he doesn't have time to play, and just zaps Usagi with flower petal magic.
Yeah.
And vanishes off screen.
Yeah. So
he couldn't. What is?
I don't know.
I don't understand Zoisite's movement patterns, or he's some kind of D&D monster, and he has to roll a 6 on a D6 to fucking recharge his teleportation.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the park, where Ami has taken Rio. Because, parks have been shown to be super safe.
Super safe in
this
past.
Show.
She's making
Nothing bad has ever happened in a park.
She's making a cold compress with a towel that she just had, I guess.
Yeah. Listen, you look at Ami and tell me she's not a Hitchhiker's Guide fan.
I don't understand that reference at all.
It's towels are useful to have around.
Okay, sure.
You always carry a towel.
Okay. She has dipped it in pond water also, which seems not the most sanitary thing to do.
Probably a little stagnant.
But she puts it on Rio's forehead, his suede head. Yeah. She's like, we should be safe here. And he mumbles, "Thank you, Miss Mizuno." And she is shocked.
Yeah.
And he passes out. And she's like, oh, he knew my name. How could he know who I am?
Yeah.
How could he know that I am Sailor Mercury when I look exactly like Ami Mizuno and sound exactly like her as well?
Who, I'm still not clear on whether Naru knows Usagi is Sailor Moon, so...
I don't think she does.
So, Anything's possible.
Anything's
possible.
possible.
You remember that time when Usagi had to, look twice at Nephrite disguised as Tuxedo Mask to figure out he wasn't Tuxedo Mask?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I want to say, this isn't a how does no one know Clark Kent is Superman thing. Because, Clark Kent, he wears glasses and he holds himself differently than Superman does.
Yeah.
All that's different is they're wearing different clothes and they have tiaras.
Yeah, Also, their clothes just, look like modified versions of their school uniforms.
Yeah.
Which they wear all the time because they're school uniforms. So you know what they look like in them.
I'm still unclear on if they're taller. In their sailor forms.
Or if they are, Mako must become a giant.
Yeah, or if their short skirts just make them look taller.
Yeah, that's also possible.
But even so. If someone had the same face, but they were just, a couple inches taller, I'd still recognize them.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
Usagi and Luna have sort of lost track of Ami.
Yeah, they're, wandering around the town.
And Luna tells Usagi to try the moonstick. And that it'll pick up their location.
It'll pick up their location.
And Usagi's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He would have to be a great monster for that to work. And Luna's like, well, he is. And Usagi is so shocked to learn this. Why did she think Zoisite was attacking him?
She has gone beyond aghast and into flabbergasted. That he is a great monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... Listen, she's a little... She's,
Yeah.
a dumbass.
Yeah, she's kind of a dumbass.
And then we cut back to Rio, who is still on the bench, having a fever dream.
Yeah,
a fever dream of future visions.
Yes.
Which is him...
Turning into a monster.
Turning into a scissor monster.
And cutting off Ami's clothes?
Yeah, I guess.
And I guess killing her, but why was the clothes cutting necessary?
Why was that? Because we almost see everything in that future vision.
Yeah, I don't know why this was necessary.
It cuts off all of her clothes.
Yeah. Someone should have maybe talked to the animators and been like, hey, what if you didn't?
What if he did not do
what if
that?
He didn't, though?
Also, why would he?
Yeah.
Can we just at least get some blood in there to make it a little less this? I get that this is a kid's show, but also, hey, this is a kid's show.
This is a kid's show, so,
the blood is a step up.
The blood is maybe a little better.
And Ami is sort of watching over him as he sleeps, and notices the photo sticking out of his shirt pocket.
Yeah.
And she takes it out and looks at it, and she's like, "What? Why has he got a photo of me?" And she is less weirded out by that than I would be.
Yeah.
I think. And Rio wakes up, and Ami says that he was having a bad dream. And Rio corrects her and says, "No, I was seeing the future. I was having a vision." And he says, "I know who you are, Miss Mizuno."
She's like, "What?"
And he says, "I've tried to deny it, but apparently it's my fate to fight you."
Yeah. And Ami just kind of chuckles.
Yeah.
And is like, "I don't know who this Miss Mizuno is." But fate's bullshit.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "Oh, okay, well, if you don't believe me, just promise me that if I turn into a monster, you won't hesitate to kill me." And
take the shot.
Pull the trigger, Piglet. And she gets really mad and stands up and is like, "Hey, fuck that. The future is something you make yourself."
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually wrote down the speech. Can you read it?
Yeah. You can create any fate you want if you just believe in yourself enough to do it.
And I want to say, taken literally, obviously, is what you're meant to do. But you can also kind of take this speech to be about, like, fatalism in general.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of about depression a little bit.
Maybe?
A little bit.
I don't like that as much, then.
Okay.
I mean, you finish what you were going to say.
Just, like, Ami is like, hey, if you don't just accept that you have to die. Just, like, if you believe in yourself, then, you know, anything's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes media does the if you believe in yourself, anything's possible thing in a way that rubs me the wrong way.
That's fair.
Like, ignoring alternative circumstances. And
Depression
things.
was maybe a stretch. I don't know. Like, I was struggling to think of. I think the thing I think it's more about is like general self-consciousness.
Okay, yeah.
And like negative thinking in general, like thinking that you can't do something just because you haven't tried. It's
not a we're not all neurotypical, Ami.
Right, it's not that. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
And then and Rio's like, "Oh, that was great."
Inspiring.
And then Zoocyte's here.
Zoocyte is good at ruining good moments between characters taking place in a park. He's good at one thing, but damn if he's not good at it.
Yeah.
Ami sort of stands in defense of Rio. Mm-hmm. She jumps in front of him. Or sort of slides in front of him because of the animation.
Yeah.
And Zoocyte wonders if Ami will still defend him when she sees his true form. And he starts summoning the silver crystal out of him.
The rainbow crystal.
The rainbow crystal. That'd be weird if he had the whole silver crystal.
Yeah, that would be weird.
And he says, "Watch closely, as you are about to see the emergence of Bunbu."
Bunbu.
Bunbu.
I should have looked up if Bunbu meant anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he's not like a bunny or anything.
He's not a bunny. I mean, his scissors could be shaped like bunny ears.
I guess.
Don't do that voice ever again.
What?
It's uncomfortable.
That was my voice.
Okay.
I guess. Okay. Rio screams in pain, as great monsters are wont to do.
And he become a scissor.
He become a scissor. He's not just a scissor. He's a fucking Swiss Army knife man.
He kind of is.
He's kind of a Swiss Army kaiju.
Except all of his extensions. What do you call those in a Swiss Army knife?
I don't know. Tools.
All his tools are scissors.
Yes. Or some form of blade, at least.
Sure.
And he's a big, strong boy. And he starts approaching Ami menacingly. And he prepares to attack. Right. But as their eyes meet, he remembers Ami's words. And instead attacks Zoocyte. Yeah. He's the only great monster so far to have, like, retained anything from his human life after transformation.
Which is interesting.
I should also note, I do want to note, we didn't talk about this.
He does...
When he transforms, he just yells Bunbu.
Yeah, and that's all he says.
That's all he says.
He doesn't speak.
He's like Gamesen. Which means we're sort of 2 for 3 on that. He's not like Boxy. Who talked in very long, complete sentences.
He doesn't... Bunbu does not say anything like, "I'm a champion, lovely punch."
No, unfortunately. He just says Bunbu.
He tackles Zoocyte and, like, grabs him, and they, like, fly through the air for an extended period of time.
Don't they also, like, fall into the pond?
No. What happens is Zoocyte is like, you've retained your memories, teleports away, which causes Bunbu to fall into the pond.
Okay.
And then reappears, and is like, "Now I will take control of you."
So we're demonstrating another new power of the Dark Crystal. He does the Zoe. And now he can just control the
I
great
think
monsters.
he's kind of, corrupting him. I don't know if it's, mind control, but...
Sure, maybe. And,
Hey.
What's up?
These are corrupted gems.
In a way, you could say that, yeah.
I'm just...
I mean, they get their gems ripped out before being corrupted.
True.
They actually get uncorrupted by having the gems in them.
That's fair, yeah. Just,
But they are corrupted, and there are gems involved, certainly.
Anyway.
Animes is the same.
Anyway.
So Zoisite takes control of Bunbu, and Bunbu...
Big.
Yeah, gets big.
Zoisite cast Enlarge Person.
Yes. Enlarge Monster, please.
Is there really a different one for monsters?
I
fucking hate
you can't use Enlarge Person on a monster.
Stupid. What a stupid game.
Even though people are monsters by the game's definition of monster.
Anyway, he big.
He gets big. He's a proper Swiss Army knife kaiju now.
Mm-hmm. He attacks the bench.
Yes.
That Ami was standing near.
Give it a chop.
And she runs away.
Yes. And then Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon is here.
And she has a speech.
Mm-hmm.
She yells, "Hey Zoisite! Unforgivable! How dare you corrupt an innocent young man's feelings for your own selfish purposes? Unforgivable! Absolutely unforgivable!
Yeah.
Now, in the name of the moon, I'll punish you!"
Uh-huh. Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. You know what's so unforgivable?
Uh-huh.
That. Zoisite, just generally. Ami tells Usagi to use the moonstick to turn Rio back into a human, which,
yeah,
it's the logical thing to do here. And she does, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
He's too powerful.
He's too powerful. His Luna says his energy levels are too high.
Sorry, no. Be more specific.
Okay. Luna says, in order to turn him back, you'll first have to weaken his energy levels.
Yeah.
You did write, "I love Undertale" on your notes after that moment.
Yep.
Getting on my case for making Deltarune references.
You didn't have to read it.
You wrote it for me to read.
You don't have to read everything I write. You're not reading the notes verbatim.
I'm not. Was it supposed to just be a little joke for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bunbu shoots laser scissors.
At a tree.
And,
it collapses, even though he didn't cut it from the trunk.
No, he shoots, 3 blades.
Into, near the top of the tree.
Yes.
Which causes the whole thing to fall over.
Well, no, it does chop off one branch that falls.
Okay.
But the other 2 just stick in the tree, which is weird.
Yeah. But this prevents Ami and Usagi from going any further.
Yes. And Ami sort of looks at Bunbu and sort of envisions Ryo's face and remembers his fatalism and is determined to make sure he's proven wrong.
Yeah. So
Bunbu's about to fucking cut him up, go around the place and cut him up.
It's such an obscure reference.
Yeah?
Okay.
We need to let the people know.
Okay.
When he is interrupted by stock footage. we see Fire Soul.
Yeah.
We see Rei performing the Fire Soul. And then we also immediately see Mako performing Supreme Thunder. And that hits the scissors that Bunbu was throwing through the air and just stops him. Kind of burns him a little bit and stops him. I don't know the physics of these moves anymore.
I don't. If something is flying in the air and
you hit it with a flamethrower,
you chop it. You hit it with any force. It's not going to keep going.
Okay.
I feel like there's some kinetic force to Fire Soul.
That's true. It is explosive.
Yeah,
it's Fireball
and Supreme Thunder.
Yeah, I mean that's lightning. So yeah, they just stop dead. Is the thing I like. It's not like
fair.
They're pushed backwards. They just fucking clunk.
Yeah.
Ami takes that opportunity to use bubble spray to just sort of doesn't do a whole lot, but I guess it buys him some time. for the next stock footage, which is her telling Usagi to use Moon Tiara action.
Yeah.
Which she does.
She does.
And it does sort of perform a new ability that we haven't seen it do before, which is that it clamps onto his head and starts, like, draining his energy out as, like, lightning, basically. It converts it into electricity into the air.
Yeah.
And shrinks him. And his energy levels have been lowered.
Be more specific, please.
His monster energy has weakened a lot. Do it, Sailor Moon. So yeah, this is Pokemon now. This is just... Is this what Yokai Watch is?
No, I don't think this is a thing in Yokai Watch. And Usagi uses Moon Healing Escalation.
Yes.
Interesting fact, she doesn't have her tiara. They had to make new stock footage for this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's neat. I didn't even notice that.
I don't know, like, I don't know what the animation process was. If they could just, like, erase the tiara from
she
frame.
spins around so much.
Yeah.
It would be so hard.
And I don't think they ever use this again.
Really?
Which is a lot for one happenstance.
They did a whole stock footage for one episode.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I could be wrong. It could happen again. But, yeah.
But yeah, Moon Healing Escalation. And then...
Refresh.
And
Rio collapses.
Rio is Rio again. He's no longer Bunbu.
And Ami runs to, like, cradle him in her arms.
Can we talk about the mechanics of this again?
Why? What? What's up?
So why does... Okay, the trapping the monsters in the rainbow crystals, or with the rainbow crystals, turned them into humans.
They reincarnated as humans.
Sure. So taking the rainbow crystal out of the human turns them back into a monster.
Yes.
Why can they just be turned back into humans without the rainbow crystal?
Super moon magic.
I
don't like it. It's a fairy tale. I don't think it needs to make physical sense.
I guess not. It's not physical sense that I care about. It's just sort of why do things work the way they do?
I guess.
You know?
I guess.
Who figured this out? Who made the moonstick? We'll probably find that out.
We'll find that out. I promise you that.
But yeah, Rio is Rio, and he collapses onto the ground. Ami is relieved and goes to catch him. And Zoisite is like, oh, well, I'll get you next time.
And just goes.
And then he just teleports away.
And now Tuxedo Mask is here.
Tuxedo Mask is sort of here.
We see him in the distance.
He's present in the area, in the vicinity.
Can you read what he says?
Sure. He is just sort of observing this scene.
Yeah. And
he says, so, the third rainbow crystal is now in the hands of the Sailor Guardians. I shall leave them alone for tonight. And then he just...
he walks away.
Yeah, he
swooshes his cape.
He swooshes his cape for, like, no one. No one's...
For him.
I guess.
Tell me if you had a cape that you wouldn't just swoosh it for yourself.
You defend Tuxedo Mask so much, and not Mamoru.
Listen, Tuxedo Mask is cooler than Mamoru.
They're the same man! They're one man.
That's to be determined.
Okay. Yeah, he does less than nothing in this episode.
Yeah.
He just kind of fucks off.
Yeah.
He fucks off before even going, my work here is done.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the train station. And we learn that Rio is transferring to another school.
So we don't have to deal with him.
Yep. Love cartoons.
Here's the fucking wild thing. And this is kind of a spoiler, but I think it's...
Does Rio come back?
Rio comes back later. He only comes back in one episode, I'll say that much, but he does come back later.
Okay. Why not just have him at the school? I guess he knows
too much.
He knows
too much. So we have to send him to a farm upstate. He broke the masquerade too much, so we're sending him to the farm.
Yeah, Okay. Okay. So yeah, Ryo's dad got a work transfer, and it feels like he just transferred to this school today, and now he's transferring back somewhere else.
Some time has probably passed.
Yeah. Usagi is like, oh, we're such good friends.
We were just starting to become good friends.
Yeah, and it's Ami, Usagi, and Mako who are seeing him off. Don't know where Rei is, but
she doesn't go to this school. She doesn't care about him.
Fair. Ryo says, Miss Mizuno, and Ami says, Ryo, just call me Ami.
I have to assume that it's like Mizuno-sama or something.
Probably. And Ryo gives her the picture of her eating the bird back.
God, this bit. Usagi is scandalized that he would reveal that he had that. I guess she gave it back to him. I guess Ami put it back in his pocket. We didn't see that. But...
Yeah, I guess she must have. And then Ryo does say a wild thing here. Yeah. Which is, I'm gonna study hard, and when I'm able to outscore you on my own merits, I'll be back for it.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Yeah. This is him wanting to be better than Ami. And also come back and get his weird candid Berg photo?
Yeah. What?
Why?
What is the parameters that you have established?
Why do you need it?
Why do you need it? Why do you need to earn it like that?
Yeah.
Why?
What's up, Ryo?
What? Are you okay?
What is up with you, Shenmue?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Ami, stares at the photo wistfully, and then hands him a different photo.
I thought it was gonna be, a photo of her as Sailor Mercury.
Right.
But no, it's just a photo of her.
It's just a photo of her in,
it's just a different actual photo, not a candid.
In, a cute dress, I guess.
Yeah.
And he takes it.
And she says, don't be so worried about impressing me with your grades. You can come visit me anytime, Ryo.
Well, she doesn't say that to him. The train leaves.
Oh, that's right.
And she, jogs after it to the end of the platform and thinks that to herself.
Yes, while in a field of shoujo bubbles. This is...
And then the episode ends.
Weird.
It's very strange.
Why is he just saying Bunbu? Why is he a Pokemon?
You're still on that, huh?
Why is Gamesen... Why isn't Boxy a Pokemon?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is he just a man?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Can confirm Boxy is not the only exception.
Yeah. And then the episode ends.
The episode ends.
And we need to talk about another thing outside the parameters of the episode.
Do we?
Which is the credits.
Oh, right, yes. We get a new credit song.
Yeah.
And a new animation to go with it.
Yep.
The animation is Usagi in the dress that we see in the opening.
Yes, just a silhouetted Usagi. In a window.
The dress is not silhouetted.
No.
It's like how Utena shows flashbacks.
Yeah, And it's just kind of, she's just her in a window of the credits, basically, just doing a little dance. What's the song here?
The song is called Princess Moon.
Okay.
That's
an interesting title.
Yeah. The lyrics were written by Naoko Takeuchi, who, if you remember, is the original author of the Sailor Moon manga.
Right, okay.
It was composed by Kazuo Sato.
Okay.
Who does a lot of music for the show. He did the transformation theme.
Okay, cool.
And the vocals are by Ushio Hashimoto, who also does the openings to Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They've redecorated and I don't like it.
I like it a lot.
You
said in the first episode that you didn't like the original ending.
Right, but it started to grow on me eventually.
That's fair.
And
I'm sure this will grow on you.
And now they've changed it.
I like it.
I also don't care for the animation.
Really? I like the animation a lot.
I guess I like it better than the older animation, which was not particularly interesting. But it is just the dance she is doing.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's silly, but it's cute.
You're such a boy.
First of all, I'm not sure I am.
You're such a... maybe boy.
That's fair.
Anyway.
I like a good dress dance. I just think it's a weird dress. Fuck! Keep that in.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next fucking episode.
Alright. You alright, bud?
I'm okay.
The next episode is episode 28.
Huh?
The Painting of Love. Usagi and Mamoru grow closer. It was directed by...
I give an intrigued at that, even though I've watched the episode.
Yeah. It was directed by Yuichi Endo, written by Megumi Sugihara. It first aired October 17th, 1992 in Japan, and October 12th, 1995 in English.
Okay.
And we open this episode on the Dark Kingdom once more.
Wait. Before that, we again have some meta shit to talk about.
We get...
So, remember how last episode it was it's still the same new opening and everything. Mm-hmm. But remember how last episode the little recap thingy.
So we got 2 episodes for the recap. We had a new recap.
Yes.
Where Usagi told us about Sailor Jupiter and how she joined the team.
Yes. And both of those episodes didn't have much to do with Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah. And now
new recap. We get a new recap. Which I feel like could have been in the last episode.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would have been weirder if they only had... we get a new recap
for one episode.
For one episode, and then another new recap?
Yeah.
2 episodes is still not a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because she does talk about how there are 4 Sailor Guardians now in this recap.
Yeah, so they could have just not had the one that's just about Jupiter.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but she talks about the rainbow crystals and the monsters and all that.
And also complains that her job is not easy.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
She's almost died a lot.
She has.
Remember Cameron?
I'd prefer not to.
Remember when Cameron almost fucking killed her?
Yeah. But the episode proper, Dark Kingdom.
Yep.
Beryl
recapping the rainbow crystals, you know.
She's berating Zoisite for losing 1 to Tuxedo Mask and 1 to the Sailor Guardians.
Yep.
So I don't know. If we mentioned it, then I'll just cut this. But for the record, Ami did grab... Zoisite dropped the rainbow crystal in the last episode, and Ami picked it up, so the sailors have 1 of them now.
Yeah. Zoisite is basically just begging Queen Beryl for more time.
Okay, here's the thing. She shouldn't be like this already.
Yeah.
They've only encountered 3 of the rainbow crystals. They have so much time.
Yeah, and also she gave, Jadeite so many chances.
She gave Jadeite so many chances, and Zoisite is so much cooler than Jadeite.
And, fucking Nephrite, Nephrite just sort of exacerbated Queen Beryl's emotions by being a dick to Queen Beryl.
I guess maybe she's just had it with her kings in general.
Maybe. Are they all married to her, you think?
No, super not. They're not married to her at all.
Okay. Well, because Zoisite and Kunzite are married.
Right. I don't think them being heavenly kings is not a part of the sort of royal hierarchy of the Dark Kingdom, I don't think.
I do like to think she's married to whoever the Great Ruler is.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I forget how that works. I forget how that goes.
Okay. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
And Zoisite explains, basically, that he needs more time, especially because there's another... He found one.
He found
another rainbow crystal. It's in a lady.
It's in a lady with, a braided ponytail.
Yes, and big round glasses that are very cute. Mm-hmm. And he shows the image of her on the Dark Crystal hologram projector. And is like, hey... This is a rainbow crystal. We got it. It's fine. We'll get this one. Mm-hmm. And Beryl agrees to give him 1 more chance, but warns him that he says he knows what'll happen if he fails again.
Yeah.
Which I assume is eternal sleep.
I assume it's the eternal sleep.
And then we cut to the park. Mm-hmm. Again, nothing bad.
Nothing bad ever happens at a park.
The park.
I mean, it's daytime. Nothing bad happens in a park in the daytime.
What about the plant monster? We see a bunch of couples. walking around. And we see, like, we see the evidence of autumn in the air. We see the leaves falling.
I guess it wasn't quite yet autumn in the last episode, because I think Rio was wearing a summer uniform.
Okay, that's a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. You don't want to overheat in a big, long sleeve uniform.
The girls don't seem to have different uniforms, though. Only the boys, because of their weird military jackets.
And Usagi is here in the park, and she is lamenting. She's like, yep, it's autumn, all right. Seems like there are folks in love everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know what those two sentences have to do with each other.
Autumn is the season of love.
Why?
Because it's cold. Gotta cuddle.
But, okay.
This might be a cultural thing.
Okay.
Because in America, it's spring. Spring is the love season.
Because Valentine's Day is in February.
Yeah. I mean, Valentine's Day is also, White Day is in February in Japan.
Okay.
But I don't know. Autumn just, I don't know. Cozy.
Sure. Yeah.
Pick a leaf off the ground and feed it to your date.
Okay, again. Now you get to be the memes.
What do you mean memes? That's just a thing people do.
It's super not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Young man. There are leaves all around. Young man. Eat a leaf
they
off
sing
the
that
ground.
Specific song. As they do it. Usagi is wondering about Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, is he a friend?
Is he
an enemy?
Friend or foe?
God, you can't do that every time.
What if I did, though?
Oh, I'd hate it.
And Luna is also here. Poor Luna just has to listen to Usagi's angst all the time.
Luna's talking also. She's just on a bench in the park and she's just chatting away.
And also there are couples all around.
There are couples all around.
It's very, very risky. But Luna says that if Tuxedo Mask, he's obsessed with a very important silver crystal, which means he's probably an enemy.
Yeah.
And Usagi's like, no! And then Naru is here. Naru shows up.
Naru arrives. He's like, hey, Usagi. And Usagi is very happy to see her.
Yeah, she apologizes for being late. So apparently this is why they were in the park. They were meeting up in the park.
Yeah. And
Usagi asks what Naru wanted to show her. And Naru says she'll just have to find out. And this is a date. Naru has taken Usagi on a surprise date.
Yes.
And they sort of run off excitedly. And Usagi drops the moonstick somehow. It sort of falls out of her bag, I guess. She's running so quickly. And Luna is like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
And, jumps to grab it. And gets it right before it almost falls into the fucking pond.
Yeah. And she is disappointed with Usagi.
Yeah.
For being so reckless with the very important magical artifact.
Yeah.
Luna, it has just occurred to me that Luna is a DMPC. Luna is the one who is always trying to get the heroes to do the actual fucking mission. And they're just like, listen, you gave us fucking high school interaction mechanics. We're gonna use them.
Yeah, fair.
Let us go on dates.
Yeah.
And then we cut to an art museum.
Yeah, art gallery.
An art gallery, yeah. It is the Yumemi Yumeno art exhibit.
Yeah. I looked up that name.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is this like a reference to a Japanese artist I don't know about or something? Because it's such a specific name. It feels weirdly specific.
Yeah.
It's not a reference to an artist.
Okay.
It does have a meaning.
Okay.
That we'll get to later.
Okay. We see a bunch of paintings. You have noted down that one is definitely Naru and Nephrite.
One is definitely Naru and Nephrite. One of them is of a character that we will meet years from now in a movie. Okay,
that's interesting. Is it that character? Because I remember, we get a lot of shots of these paintings. They're all very fantasy-ish. I think I know the one you're talking about that is Naru and Nephrite. It's not obviously them, I guess.
Right.
It's not literally them.
I mean, it's a girl with red hair who's, reaching up to a man who is dressed like Nephrite.
Yes, and who has long hair, yeah. And there's also a woman in like a green dress in front of a moon, I guess, like the moon, I guess.
That is a character we'll learn about in the Sailor Moon S movie.
Okay. So this is sort of, something's going on.
Yeah.
Something's fishy.
Also, there are some paintings in the background we see that are references to a different manga that Naoko Takeuchi wrote.
Oh, cool.
I didn't write down the name anywhere.
I love that shit.
It's good.
And Usagi and Naru are there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Naru has taken Usagi on her date.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi is way into this. She's she's digging these paintings.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Does not notice the symbolism yet.
No.
And Usagi's like, hey, this place is packed. Mostly with couples. And she fails to realize that she is also
a couple.
In a couple. Except then she gets third wheeled. By Melvin.
Melvin is here.
Of course, being as he is wont to be, the exposition fairy. Saying, you know why? Because her artwork is known as the Paintings of Love. Which is weird.
Usagi's like, oh no.
Again, like usual, Melvin has, like, jump scared her, also. He just fucking hides behind things and pops out at opportune moments.
He's a hide behind.
We've established he's a monster.
He is, yeah.
He's a fucking bugbear who lives under the bed.
Mm-hmm. Usagi is clearly upset that Melvin is here.
Yes. Again, third wheeling her date. It seems as though Naru knew Melvin would be here, so it seems like she's invited both of her love interests. Naru is poly.
Yeah, sure, Naru has two hands.
Yeah. One of them should be used to punch Melvin.
One of them should be used to punch Melvin, not to hold his hand.
Yeah. In his weird spiral eyes.
Yeah.
Which aren't glasses. And Naru says that apparently if you buy one of Yumemi's paintings, your own wishes of love will be granted. So Usagi gets very excited about that and is like, I gotta find a fucking poster.
I gotta buy a poster of hers.
And she finds one of Yumemi's self-portraits. This is not a poster, this is a painting.
This is a painting. I mean, I think they're just passing through the gallery.
Yeah.
It's of a blonde lady with a lady with long blonde hair, with like pink ribbons in her hair and on her dress.
Yeah,
she's wearing like a princess dress.
Yeah, and Usagi says she looks beautiful, and says that she looks like a person who would create fantasy art. Which, what a nerd! She looks like a D&D artist.
Yeah.
And Umino explains that what she really looks like is a mystery. Because no one's ever seen her in public. They've only seen her self-portraits. And Usagi makes a mean joke about maybe she's really ugly in real life, actually. And then we see behind them, behind the kids, a girl with round glasses and the braided hair. This is clearly the girl we saw earlier in the Dark Crystal. And she is wandering around the gallery, sort of looking over people's shoulders and stuff. Just sort of people watching, I guess. And she's sort of thinking to herself about how she's in a creative slump. And she can't make any more paintings. Yeah. And Naru says that Yumemi hasn't made any paintings in a while. And Melvin says that she's gone into hiding. Yeah.
And then the woman, like, mutters under her breath, but I'm right here. And this is Yumemi.
Yeah. She's also, can we talk about how fucking adorable
she's very cute.
Yumemi is. Yeah. I love her.
Yeah. Also, you said girl, I think she's an adult woman.
I do think yes. I think she's a young adult at least. Yeah. She's also got, like, really cute freckles. She's great.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
And then the kids pass by a painting of a blonde princess embracing a man in a tuxedo and also a mask.
And also a mask. No hat. No top hat.
No top hat, but he is wearing a tuxedo and a mask. And Usagi is enraptured by this image.
Yeah.
And says, it's like I've seen it somewhere before.
Yeah.
This princess does also, by the way, have long blonde hair in sort of pigtails.
Yeah.
Of a sort. She is wearing like a weird, like a leotard.
Yes.
I would call it. Like a pink leotard.
Yeah. With a bow on the chest.
Yeah. And then we see outside.
Mamoru.
Mamoru is here.
And he passes by I guess, like a print of that same painting that's been placed in the window.
Yeah.
And he is also enraptured by it.
Yes, he's like, I recognize this.
Yeah.
And then he sort of flashes back to the princess dream. And says that the painting is just like it. And then we see, so now we do have characters who are recognizing something's weird about these paintings.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know exactly that they realize that, but they are sort of seeing it.
Yeah.
They're seeing the symbolism. And we see Yumemi leaving the gallery, and she passes by Mamoru, and he backs up into her and knocks her over by mistake and apologizes.
And tries to help her gather her things.
Yeah, she has a Velma moment for a sec where she loses her glasses.
She puts them back on and, like, looks at Mamoru. It's like, oh, it's you! You're him!
And Mamoru's like, what?
Yeah.
And then we see Naru inside, looking out the window, and she sees this, and says to Usagi, hey, it's that guy.
Yeah, isn't that Motoki's friend?
Yeah.
And Usagi is like, oh, it is. That jerk, he's cheating on Rei. Which is, I guess, confirmation that they are, like, dating.
Is it coming from Usagi,
I guess
though?
it's not coming from
Don't
Usagi.
Don't you think, like, if... think about Usagi.
You know what? There's a thing in the... Okay. I did watch the next episode.
Okay.
Last night, because I thought maybe we would watch it, but I just decided against it.
Yeah.
There is a moment in the next episode that leads me to believe that maybe Usagi doesn't understand what cheating is.
Okay. And Usagi is sort of excited. Angry, but excited about this.
Can you read? I wrote down what she says.
She says, yeah, that jerk, he's cheating on Rei. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
And she, like, runs out of the gallery, leaving Naru behind.
Yeah, she yells to Umino to make sure he walks Naru home.
And then Umino's a creep.
Yeah.
We don't have to go over exactly what he's just a creep.
He's a creep. And Naru is... She does express dissatisfaction with his creepiness, which is good. And then we cut back outside, and Yumemi is trying to drag Mamoru, who is, like, a head taller than her.
Yeah, she has gripped him weakly by his sleeve.
Yes.
Which is also cute.
And is asking him to please help her. And he's like, help you with what? If you want something, you better speak up, lady. Is a thing he says.
Yeah.
Because he just talks like that.
That's just how he talks.
That's just Purple Pants.
That's just how Purple Pants talks.
And Yumemi says she wants Mamoru to be her model. And then Usagi slides into frame. And is like, ooh, busted! Wait till I tell Rei about this!
Mamoru's like, wait, hold on. That's not what's happening.
Which is probably more confirmation that they are dating.
Yeah. Also, I should say, I didn't mention this earlier, but Usagi is wearing, like, fall clothes in this episode. And I want to talk about what she's wearing. Like a turtleneck sweater dress?
Okay.
Does she have pants or is it a dress?
I can't remember exactly. I think it might be a dress.
Okay. And a big, oversized green jacket.
Yes.
It's like she's wearing Mamoru cosplay in this episode. I forget what Mamoru is wearing, but it is surprisingly not offensive.
Yeah, it is green pants. I remember the green pants.
Is those are green pants? Okay.
But, that's low for him.
Yeah.
Know? Yeah, so Mamoru tries to explain. That's not what's going on. But Usagi's unconvinced.
Yeah.
But then Yumemi sees Usagi and is like, oh, you're real too! and asks Usagi to model for her. Mm-hmm. And Usagi is shocked. But apparently excited, I guess.
Apparently agrees, because we cut to Yumemi's house.
Yes, immediately we cut to her house, and she invites Usagi and Mamoru in. Mm-hmm. And Usagi runs over to the window to look at Yumemi's fucking massive flower garden.
Yeah,
And then
Yumemi's house is also, it's like a cottage.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't think, I mean, I guess she's a really popular artist.
Yeah, she's no starving artist.
Yeah.
She's doing pretty well for herself.
Yeah.
Yumemi goes to make coffee. And Mamoru is like, I can't stay here all day. Like, he's just
a dink. Why did he even agree to come?
Yeah, I don't know. And then Usagi is like, yeah, whatever, like, you have better things to do, you loser. Which is... I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Remember that time he was on the small train?
He was just on a small train. And, okay. We know he's Tuxedo Mask now. Mm-hmm. He didn't.
He didn't
know he was Tuxedo
Mask at the time.
So why was he there?
I don't know. And it's not like it wasn't like Tuxedo Mask wearing Mamoru's clothes or anything.
Right, no, it was just Mamoru.
It was just him, because he calls her Bunhead and everything.
Yeah. What was up with that?
He just likes the small train.
I guess.
He's having himself a time. Then Usagi picks up a painting that she has. There's a bunch of paintings sort of scattered around her living room.
Yeah.
And Usagi picks one up and is like, hey, this looks like Yumemi Yumeno's artwork.
And then Yumemi drops something in the kitchen. And Usagi is like, wait.
Yeah.
You're her. It's you.
And Yumemi is very self-conscious about that. I love that they went into her house before knowing her name. They didn't ask.
True.
They didn't ask, who are you? What can we call you? Got a nickname? Nothing. Yumemi is very self-conscious about this. And asks Usagi to keep her appearance a secret. And Usagi's like, so no one knows what you look like? Not even your own friends know who you really are? That's a big secret. Which, first of all...
Yeah,
that's
parallel.
Cute. Yeah. Also, that's kind of an assumption on her part that her friends don't know. Well, but also, Yumemi explains that she doesn't have any.
She doesn't have friends.
Poor Yumemi.
God, if she had the internet... It'd be so much better for her.
If this poor girl had a Tumblr.
That might not be better, who knows?
Yeah. But then she sort of shifts gears and is, like, getting everybody... tries to get the two of them in position for her to paint them. And tries to sit Usagi on the couch next to Mamoru. And... Usagi is aghast that she's gonna be in a painting with Mamoru.
What did she think?
I don't know. Like, two individual paintings, I guess. You know? Mamoru is a shit and starts getting up to leave, but Yumemi convinces him to stay. Usagi is mortified because if Rei ever saw this, she'd kill me. And then we get a little cute cartoon of Rei being angry. And Usagi looks at Mamoru and starts thinking he looks pretty cute, actually. And then just snaps out of it. She tries to snap herself out of it. And is like, no, Tuxedo Mask is the only one I love. First of all, that's not true, Usagi.
That's not true.
Matoki also exists. You're cheating on Matoki.
She hits herself in the head and then is like, oh, ouch.
Yeah, And Mamoru's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, nothing. You know? And he chuckles. And then we cut to Luna.
Yes.
Who is still carrying the moonstick in her mouth.
Just looking for Usagi.
Still just looking for Usagi. Oh. You know what's great about this, actually, that I just realized? The last we saw of Luna, she had, like, managed to grab onto the moonstick with her paw to keep it from being, like, from dropping into the lake. It was, like, on a ledge that it was going to fall into the pond.
Yeah.
And we have to assume that might have been difficult for her to maneuver with her no thumbs to just get it in her mouth and everything. To, like, pull it back out without it falling.
Uh-huh. God. This is great.
Poor Luna.
Poor Luna.
Poor Luna and her no thumbs.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we see that, and then we cut immediately back to, Yumemi's house. Mm-hmm. And she has progressed on the painting.
Yeah, she's nearly done with, like, a charcoal sketch.
Yeah. And Usagi sort of moves around her to look at the painting. Mamoru's a jerk and asks her to get on with it. Mm-hmm. And says, the only reason I'm here is because this coffee's so good.
Yeah.
Usagi, though, is very impressed with the painting, and asks Yumemi how she's able to draw so well.
Yeah.
And she says, whenever I start my drawing, I always make a wish in my heart. I wish for the people who see my artwork to let it make them happy, and for all of them to find their true love.
Yeah.
And Usagi is like, oh yeah, that's why they're called paintings of love. I get it now. But she is sad that Yumemi said she doesn't have any friends because she's so kind and just cool.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
And Yumemi's like, it can't be helped.
It can't be helped.
She says, if people found out I'm her, it would shatter their dreams and make them sad.
Yeah.
Because she's not as pretty as she paints herself to be. Which she is, first of all.
Yeah.
But she just has glasses, so that means she's ugly.
She's ugly because she has glasses. Which is a whole thing. So I thought there was going to be a more... I misremembered some stuff, so I'll just say the meaning of Yumemi's name now, which is, this isn't going to be an exact translation, because I forget what the exact phrasing was that I saw, but it's basically like, I saw it in a dream, or visions up from dreams, or something like that.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So Mamoru dramatically puts his coffee down.
Yes.
And says, I say people who can't make themselves happy can never make others happy.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of shit not everybody's neurotypical, Mamoru. I mean, you're not. You have two people in you.
You have two people in you.
But
you don't remember shit. You're having some weird dreams, my dude.
Yeah. But Yumemi is struck by this. While Usagi gets mad. Yeah. Rightfully. Yeah. Because that's a really shitty thing to say.
It's framed in such a way, to be clear, that it's supposed to be like, oh, he's speaking the hard truth. But he's not.
He's not.
He's super not.
That's just it's a shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
It's also not true.
It's also not true.
At all. But while Usagi's getting mad, she notices another of Yumemi's paintings.
Yeah.
And it is a blonde woman giving a man with dark hair in a tuxedo.
No mask.
No mask, but is wearing a tuxedo. A star-shaped sort of thingy. That looks like the music box that Usagi picked up from Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
Mamoru also looks at the painting and is also shocked. And the colors kind of come in on the little star thing to draw our attention to it.
Yes.
And Yumemi explains the painting and says that whenever she draws that couple, she feels very sad.
Yeah.
And Usagi agrees.
What is...
Oh. She says, this drawing stirs my emotions and makes my heart ache. You know.
Yeah.
The thing that a 14-year-old says.
Usagi says stuff like that a lot.
Yeah. And Mamoru is thoughtful.
He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say anything, no. She sees visions.
Yeah, she sees visions of things related to whatever the fuck's going on.
Yes. Which is interesting because, okay, so we know she's a great monster. That's not a spoiler.
So I guess that's her power, because to be...
it could be, well...
We don't see a different power from her.
Right, we don't see a different power from her, so it could be her power. It probably is supposed to be her power, but also I wonder how much of that could be, memories.
If she...
Depending on the timeline.
depending on the timeline, the the Great Monsters have some connection to whatever the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
With Usagi and all her friends.
Yeah, something. It's not clear.
It will be.
Okay. All will become clear.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to Zoisite. Who's here? Well, he's not here. He's in a construction site.
Across the street.
Yeah.
And he's watching.
He's just looking at Yumemi's house and is like, Yumemi Yumeno, I'll turn you back into a monster very soon. Mm-hmm. And then we just cut to commercial.
Yeah.
And then, when we cut back from commercial, Usagi is walking home with Yumemi. Mm-hmm. And she says it was really fun, and that Yumemi's homemade cookies were delicious. Mm-hmm. And Yumemi says, I'm sorry for keeping you so late. Maybe you would have preferred to have Mamoru escort you home instead. And Usagi is like, nope. No, I would not.
No, super wouldn't.
They pass by a cafe that has a print of one of Yumemi's paintings on, like, the window.
There are two girls sort of looking at it.
Yeah. One of whom says, it's beautiful. Anyone who makes art like this must be gorgeous.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Who? In what world?
I don't know. You know, Picasso.
Famously
a real looker.
A hunk.
Uh-huh. You ever see the fucking, just the self-portrait of Vincent van Gogh?
Mm-hmm. The world's sexiest man.
Yeah. It's the premise, so much of this is like the premise of Yumemi's insecurities.
Yeah.
But it's so silly.
It's very silly.
It's not a thing people think.
No.
And Usagi tells Yumemi not to let it bother her. Mm-hmm. She says, you're kind, you're able to draw beautiful pictures, and on top of that, you bake such amazing cookies. And in my book, that makes you a wonderful person. Uh-huh. And this is good. This is good. Sweet and cute, and Usagi is a kind soul. Mm-hmm. And Yumemi is touched, and Usagi tells her to cheer up, and then wishes her good night, and runs off.
Yeah.
Even though Yumemi was walking her home. So,
listen, Usagi is a fickle beast.
And also, but Yumemi also is just lets her go.
Yeah.
I know it's Japan, and, like, a 14-year-old can just sort of walk down the street.
I think that's true in America, too.
Well, sure. But it's just weird.
It's strange.
But Usagi is very excitedly saying to herself, yeah, I gave her some good advice. I hope what I told her makes Yumemi feel better about herself. Mm-hmm. And then we hear Luna from off-screen. And we see her on top of a wall with just glowing eyes, reflecting in the starlight, I guess, or the lamplight, maybe. Mm-hmm. It's sort of twilight right about now, I think. And she is still holding the moonstick in her mouth.
And she tosses it down on the ground to Usagi. Uh-huh. Usagi's like, oh, the moonstick.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, you dropped it in the park. And Luna, she's not actually that mad as I'm making her out to be.
She's not mad.
But her tone is one of, well, she says, listen, Usagi, if you don't really want it, I could easily find someone else to take it. Uh-huh. Her tone is very, parenty.
It's like, it's very, I just bought you this toy, and you're not playing with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh, or you've broken it.
Or you've broken it, yeah.
You're not taking good care of it.
Right.
And Usagi says that she does want it, Mom, and she was just busy thinking about tuxedo masks.
Yeah, you know.
Like, that's a good excuse.
You know, I mean, it is for her.
And Luna sighs and says it's fine because Usagi doesn't worry about things for too long. Mm. So now it seems like she's back to normal. Mm-hmm. She says, deep down, you're just a simple girl. Mm-hmm. And Usagi gets mad at that comment and runs off.
Yeah.
And Luna's like, uh-oh, I was only trying to be honest with her.
Maybe a little too honest.
Uh-huh. And we see Usagi stop, sort of stomping off in front of a building. And she's like, stupid Luna! The reason girls like me worry about things is because we're not simple. Which is... okay.
Sure.
But then she sees the moonstick is beeping.
Yeah.
It's doing the beep.
Do the beep. So, to be clear, the entire reason Usagi dropped the moonstick at the beginning of this episode...
narrativistically.
...was so that it wouldn't alert her to the fact that Yumemi was a great monster.
Uh-huh. And as she sees the beeping and hears the beeping, she also hears glass breaking.
Yeah.
And says it sounds like it came from Yumemi's house. And she runs over to check it out.
And we see that Zoisite is in Yumemi's house and has broken the window so much. He's broken so much of the window.
He's broken the entire window.
And Yumemi says, he's gorgeous, but scary.
Can you say that a little louder just to make sure? Because I want to make sure.
Yeah. Yumemi says, oh, he's gorgeous, but scary. And then is like,
she's
hey.
right.
And
it's true, and she should say it.
It's true, and she should say it. And then is immediately like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, what's up? Who are you?
Her priority. I love her. She's so good. And Zoisite is like, don't worry about it. And takes out the dark crystal. And he doesn't make it float or anything. He just holds it in his hand and points it at her like a remote control.
And very quietly.
Yes.
He's very softly like, Zoe.
Yeah, he gives the smallest Zoe that we've ever seen. And he pulls the green rainbow crystal right out of Yumemi. And he has it now.
He has it now.
It's not in him. It's in his clutches. His dark hands.
No. He's pretty pale.
He's pretty pale. And he's like, good. Now wake up, Vina. And Yumemi has become the great monster, Vina. Which has, like, no theme. Pretty much at all.
She's like an angel.
I guess she's like an
angel. But that has so little to do... I mean, okay. We do see... Bunbu didn't have much to do with Rio either.
Yeah. We do see... Also, Boxy. I mean, Boxy was also an angel. And he was a priest, but he was also a boxer.
He was also a boxer.
We do see later a way in which her design lends to her painting-based abilities.
Sure.
But right now...
she's just an angel wearing, like, priest vestments.
Yeah.
Which is the second angel great monster, also.
We got 2 angels and 2 Pokemon. And Usagi's there. She's here. She got here. And she is afraid. She's looking in through the window. Zoisite and Vina haven't seen her. But she...
an unbroken window, to be clear.
Yeah. She calls the rest of the gang.
And Luna, I guess?
Yes, somehow Luna gets this message. We see that. Even though she does not have a communicator.
I don't know how Luna gets this message.
No, the bald spot.
The bald spot is her communicator.
It's magic.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. She's magic.
She's magic. She's a magic cat.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're on their way.
Yeah, and then Usagi transforms, and Zoisite and Vina leave before she's done with her transformation sequence.
They leave. They hop.
Yeah.
Across the street to the construction site, and then take a breather, and Zoisite is like, oh, this went so well.
Yeah, like, finally, fucking, I just got one. Like, we haven't had to fight anybody. I just went to a person and pulled a diamond out of them, and now they're a monster.
And
We're
we can
good.
Go home.
We can just go home.
And they should have.
But Sailor Moon is here now.
She's
at this construction site, I guess. She has taken up...
it's right across the street.
It is. It wouldn't have taken that long.
No.
She's taken up Tuxedo Mask's sort of hobby of just hopping on high objects. And she doesn't have much of a speech,
really.
But she does do the usual...
Yeah.
I am the pretty guardian who fights for love and for justice. I am Sailor Moon.
In the name of the moon, I'll punish you.
Yeah. And then Zoisite is like, don't you ever get tired of making that same old speech? Vina, destroy her. Vina starts attacking Usagi by pulling feathers out of her wings and turning them into quills, basically.
That she throws in the air.
She throws them in the air, and then they draw in the air a big rock.
Big rocks.
And it falls on Usagi, but she it's about to fall on Usagi. Mm-hmm. A particularly big one is about to fall on Usagi, but she is pulled out of the way by Tuxedo Mask. And Zoisite sees that Tuxedo Mask is here, and is like, fuck this, actually.
Go.
And just splits.
And is pursued by Tuxedo Mask.
Yes.
Exit pursued by Mask.
Usagi tries to chase after them, but Vina blocks the way. Mm-hmm. And Usagi tries to convince her to stop and remember her kind heart as Yumemi. Mm-hmm. But this time, the thing is, unlike Rio, who got the heartstring pulling speech before he was turned into a monster.
Yeah.
The heartstring pulling doesn't work if you don't get it in there before they turn into a monster. Like, she's already a monster, it's already too late.
Yeah.
And she throws some ropes that turn into snakes.
Yeah.
What is your thing, Vina? Pick a thing.
Pick a thing.
You can't just... Also, she says, nothing, I'm pretty sure.
She does not talk
She doesn't talk at all. So we don't actually know if she can.
We don't know if she can.
She could be a Pokemon. She could just say Vina.
Yeah.
Venusaur.
As far as we're aware, she doesn't, though.
Yeah. She might just not talk.
Yeah.
And the snakes are about to bite Usagi, but then they get Fire Souled. Because now Ray is here.
Ray and everyone else.
Yeah.
And also Luna.
And Luna says, Sailor Moon, great job so far. Has it been?
Yes. She hasn't been here. She doesn't know.
Yeah, she found her.
Mm-hmm.
And Vina attacks them with more drawn in the air rocks that fall. Mm-hmm. She's so weird.
I don't understand what is that.
Which it is sketching. It's sketch, but it's so strange. Ami uses bubble spray to blind her.
Ami uses bubble spray to distract her, and then Usagi is like, "Great, I'm gonna go."
Yeah, Usagi, the one who has the moonstick,
the one who needs to be there,
is like, yeah, you guys distract her for a little bit.
I'm gonna go chase after Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he's okay. And Usagi also tells them to go easy on Vina because she's a really nice person.
Yeah. And then leaves. And then we cut to a boy fight.
Yeah. Love a boy fight.
And Zoisite are fighting on some fucking scaffolding.
Yes. They sort of cross by each other, and it's very dramatic. And Tuxedo Mask tells Zoisite to give over the rainbow crystal, but Zoisite distracts him with flower petals. And just as Zoisite is about to impale him with a fucking rock, with a sharp rock. See, the thing is, Tuxedo Masks are like vampires, and you gotta stab them through the heart
with a rock. Okay.
Like vampires,
right?
But you have to stab them through the heart with a rock.
Right. Yeah. A wooden rock.
Yeah, but Usagi, Moon Tiara actions his rock and just slices it out of the air.
Yeah.
And Zoisite is like, yeah, okay, fuck this. And just leaves again. He just teleports away. And Usagi runs up to ask Tuxedo Mask if he's okay. And he's like, tonight it's you who saved me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's probably happened before, but...
I think it has.
But, yeah, it's good to show appreciation. Mm-hmm. It's good to show gratitude.
Yeah.
And Usagi steps toward him and drops the star pendant.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I guess.
And it opens and plays the lullaby. And Tuxedo Mask just mutters the word, princess. Mm-hmm.
And Usagi is like, the princess? Do you know her? We've been looking for her.
That's a big assumption that he's like, there's at least one princess in this setting already. Like,
Yeah,
the princess of the Kingdom of Diamonds. So, like, he could be referring to any princess.
He could be.
Diana?
Yeah.
I don't think that she was around. Maybe she was?
I think she was still alive.
Okay.
In 92?
I thought Diana was the name of one of the ones that was still alive. So...
Oh, no. Princess Diana died.
Okay. I don't know shit about shit.
That's fair. You shouldn't.
But Tuxedo Mask says he doesn't know where the princess is. They're on the same wavelength. They know they're talking about the same princess. But says if Usagi is looking for her, then she should keep the pendant.
Right.
And she thanks him, and then asks if he could also please turn over the rainbow crystal he took earlier.
Hey, can you slap me that rainbow crystal?
Yeah. And he's like, nah.
That's really important to me.
Yeah.
I really can't. And also, if I can steal one from you, I'm gonna. And
she's like, what? Why you gotta be like that?
And he farewell and leaps away into the night.
Love a farewell.
And she's like, oh, Tuxedo Mask.
He's really our enemy after all.
And then she hears the sounds of battle. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot. And runs back.
We see a Supreme Thunder going off, which fucking fries one of Vina's wings.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she's a flying type, so she's weak to Jupiter's electric attack.
Yeah. It's weird that she has rock moves. It's a really interesting sort of...
Yeah.
I always like when a Pokemon can use a move that is a type it is weak to.
Well, that's the thing is she knows Sketch.
Oh,
so
yeah,
she like copied like Rockfall.
That's definitely right. No, super not. Rock Slide.
That's probably one.
That's definitely.
I trust you.
Okay.
I played Pokemon.
I don't believe you.
I just can't remember.
Name 10 Pokemon.
Pikachu. Pichu. Raichu.
You're such a fucking... You aren't a Pokemon normie, but you're acting like one.
Plusle. Minun. Pachirisu. Dedenne. I've not been counting.
I don't know how many you've named. It's fine.
Mewtwo.
Yep, that's one of them.
Lucario.
Okay, we're done.
Charizard. Now this is Smash Brothers. Lucario. Peach.
Are you done?
Okay. Yeah, Yumimi... Well, not Yumimi. She's still Vina.
Yeah.
Vina's on the ropes, and Usagi tells Jupiter to sort of calm down.
Chill. Hey, chill out.
Don't kill. No kill.
Do kill. No, don't kill. Spare.
Mercy. Ray says she looks weak, and it's Sailor Moon's chance, and she does the moon healing escalation. I guess she looks weak, so I guess they lowered her monster energy.
I guess her monster energy. Did they lower her Red Bull too?
I was about to say. Oh, I just realized. Oh, bottoms up, and the 4 Heavenly Kings laugh.
Refresh.
Moon healing escalation. Refresh.
And
she collapses, and she doesn't have her glasses on.
No. And she won't.
She sees, somehow, the Sailor Guardians on a wall, and they jump away. As they are wont to do.
Yeah.
Farewell.
And then
our work here is done.
We cut to the art gallery in the daytime.
And Yumemi is putting up a new painting.
Yeah, the one of Usagi and Mamoru.
Yeah, and she still does not have her glasses.
Yeah, her glasses are just gone now.
I don't know. Turning into a monster cured her astigmatism.
I guess.
Which is a real shame, because those glasses were real cute.
They were cute glasses.
She's putting up, the new painting of Mamoru and Usagi.
And they arrive.
Yes, both of them arrive. And Usagi greets her, and Mamoru says he's surprised they were invited. And Yumemi says that she's decided to stop hiding from everyone.
Yeah.
And she reveals that she has finished the painting of Usagi and Mamoru. And Usagi's like, it's beautiful! And Mamoru's like, well, I'd say it looks pretty good considering who the model was. Which is also self-deprecating. I don't know if he realizes that.
I don't know if he realizes it.
I could see him having body image issues.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
He seems... I can't look at him and think, oh, he knows he's attractive. Because look at how he dresses.
Look at how he dresses.
He would make more of an effort if he felt like it mattered.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Usagi also sees that Yumimi has taken down her old quote-unquote self-portrait, that is the blonde princess lady, and put up a painting of her actual face.
Yeah. And
she's just showing off her actual face. She's expressing her true self. Yeah. And the episode ends.
The episode ends.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to talk about the next time on. Love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
Also, Motoki has a girlfriend, I guess.
Motoki has a girlfriend who might be Jupiter.
No.
It's unclear.
I can confirm no.
It's what that made it look like.
Okay. Yeah, so next time, the messy love square.
Yeah. I forgot that was the fucking title. Yeah, the messy love square. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Just say, right off the bat, not enough fucking Mako in these episodes.
No, not at all.
We got one episode of Mako, and then immediately 3 more where she's there, but not really.
Yeah, it's a real shame. It looks like she might be more important.
She'll be in the next one a lot.
Okay, good. Yeah, it is a shit. She didn't. Mako doesn't really get a introductory period episode.
Right. Yeah.
Ray
Ray and Ami both had 2 episodes in a row that were the first episode introduces them, and then the second episode is about them.
Yeah.
But Mako hasn't gotten that.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get more of her because she's cool. She's very cool.
How do you feel about these episodes in general, though?
We really are not going to get anywhere with our analysis of this show if we can't get past the pedophilia. Which is a shame.
It's
a shitty thing to say.
Because they're not... Okay, here's the thing, there is a joke about it in the next episode. But
really?
It's not
enough?
It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
But we have to deal with it.
Especially since we now know that Mamoru and Ray are just dating.
And also Mamoru is Tuxedo Mask, and Usagi loves Tuxedo Mask, and we know where that's going.
Yeah. Although there is also the shit about what the fuck ever is happening.
Yeah.
Where they know each other.
Yes.
From a past life or something. But so how old is Usagi? Like, how old is Mamoru?
Okay, I'll say this. They are their ages.
Okay, so Tuxedo Mask / Mamoru is 17,
actually. I thought he was 19.
Oh.
He is 17. He's a college student who is 17.
Okay.
Still 3 years age gap.
Yeah. It's not even the... It's not the length of the age gap.
It's not the length of the age. It's the level of maturity.
Yeah.
He owns an apartment.
Yes. And he's going to be an adult.
Yeah.
In like a year.
Yeah.
And Usagi will be 15 in like a year. So it's not the worst. It's not technically. It's not technically. But it's not great.
It's not great.
Is Motoki also 17 or is he 19? Okay.
He's either 17. He's 17 or 18. He's the same age as Mamoru.
I'm convinced he doesn't feel attraction towards anyone at this point. But again, maybe he has a girlfriend. Apparently,
he has a girlfriend.
We'll see how that.
Yeah.
How my arrow ace. I've just constantly changed whatever orientation I think Motoki is, which is people change.
So speaking of arrow ace, how did you feel about the Ami episode? I don't think it prevents you from keeping that headcanon.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Because she clearly likes Rio.
Right.
But not necessarily romantically.
Right.
Not enough to want to try to keep up like a long distance relationship or anything with him after.
To be fair, it's the 90s, that's a lot harder.
Yeah, true. They could be like pen pals.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I don't think it does. I'd be fine if she was just Ace. Like, if we do interpret her as
Yeah,
feeling
although
romantically
so much of the signs, so much of the, like, oh, Ami is Arrow Ace, are her explicitly talking about how she doesn't understand, like, Usagi's
romance.
Yeah,
that's
stuff.
true. That's true. And also, we've talked about how all of the Sailor Guardians are in a polycule.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can be...
Usagi has many hands.
Usagi is an elder god, and also...
Usagi just holds, she just does the splits, and some of them have to hold her feet.
She lies on her back, and just holds up everyone, like a circus performer. They're like a pyramid.
Yeah.
They're like a cheerleader pyramid.
Okay. Is she the base or the top?
I guess she'd be the top.
Yeah, right? If she's
not a top, but...
Let's not. She's 14.
I know. I know.
Okay. But yeah.
My point is, aromantic people can be in relationships
Oh,
like
yes,
that.
absolutely.
So...
Also, is it a queer platonic relationship if it's between, like, if it's an otherwise heterosexual relationship?
I don't know what you mean.
If Ami and Rio were to have an aromantic relationship, would that be a queer platonic relationship?
Probably?
Okay.
I don't know enough about the definitions of what queer platonic means.
Yeah, me neither.
I should learn more about that.
Yeah.
It feels like something I should understand more. And I don't want to make any assumptions.
Fair.
But, yeah, I don't think it did anything to dissuade me from that headcanon.
Okay. Usagi is also such a bicon in these episodes.
Usagi, yes.
Extremely. Okay, again, Yumemi is an adult. But also, Usagi's deaf into her.
Yes.
Goes on a date with Naru.
And Melvin is there.
Melvin is there,
Naru is, performing, fucking...
What word you could possibly
be
wondering?
It's not mandatory or obligatory.
Compulsive?
Compulsive heterosexuality.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Don't date Melvin.
Don't date Melvin. You can date boys.
You can date boys.
Just don't date Melvin. Any of the other boys in this show, because they're all kind of shit. Well, Rio's fine. Aside from his weird competitiveness. Yeah.
Don't date the priest man, but he seemed nice.
Do you believe in God? I believe in him.
Crane Joe was shit.
Crane Joe's shit. Usagi's dad
is probably fine.
He's a weirdo.
Remember that?
Hey, let's just do a greatest hits real quick of our show. You remember that time when his son said, I have this new pet. It doesn't eat. And he was like, well, that's convenient.
I think this is exactly what I said last time, but that is such a dad thing.
Yeah.
He's a dad.
He's like impossibly dad though.
Yeah.
He's fair. Like dad to the extreme.
That's my fucking teenage coming of age but also bonding with your parents movie.
Dad to the extreme.
Yeah, it's like the Goofy movie.
Yeah. Well, an extremely goofy movie. Right,
that one. Yeah. I always forget which one is teen.
Yeah.
Any further thoughts?
We've gotten our first great monster who is a lady.
Yes. And I don't know if you noticed in the next episode preview, but we will get another.
Yes, I did notice that, yeah.
So, confirming that they're not all men, which is...
Yeah. Hashtag not all men.
Okay, sure, I guess.
Listen, sometimes you just say words and my brain does association.
Fair.
Word association.
Fair.
Yeah, so, great monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can sort of conclusively say they're not hot shit.
They're not hot shit.
One of them's a game man. One of them's a fucking Game Boy.
The only one so far that looks right, like you say the word great monster and it looks like a thing I might envision, has been Vina.
Yeah. Which is also... It's also weird because she's also the most kind of generic one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She's not very interesting.
Right. But the other ones are so themed.
Right. But in such specific and weird ways.
I still don't know why Rio turned into Cutman.
Scissorman. Yeah, what, like, and...
Boxy. Games it makes sense. Crane Joe turns into an arcade game, sure.
Yes, yeah. Well, yes, if we're talking about themes around the person.
Right, but in
Vina
terms of...
and Gameson.
In terms of, like, these were monsters from the Dark Kingdom.
Yeah.
Why was
these are
one of
ancient, powerful monsters trapped a nebulous time ago. That one of them's a boxer. One of them's a video game boy.
And one of them's just a scissor kaiju.
It's like he's just Chestnut if he was a steel type.
Yeah, sure.
I got my Pokemon cred in there somehow.
Okay.
Eventually. Yeah, they're so weird. They're just monsters. Like, as far as, like, Sailor Moon is concerned, they're just monsters.
They just look...
They're not particularly dangerous, or... They're just monsters who are also people.
Yeah.
And also fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Weirder than the fucking Mewtwo twins. And
it's possible that it's because they've just been awakened that they're so weak. Like...
Yeah, maybe.
If they had a chance to return to the Dark Kingdom and gather their energy...
As Dark Kingdom things are wont to do.
Maybe they would be able to come back and be, like, on the level of Zoisite or Nephrite or whatever.
Yeah. You know what's also interesting to me that I just thought of?
Mm-hmm.
Beryl calls them the greatest allies that the Dark Kingdom had.
Yeah, so they're not members of the Dark Kingdom.
Yeah, and also that means, like, the other monsters we've seen were created by members of the Dark Kingdom.
Yes.
So these monsters were probably either created by someone else or are naturally born.
Yeah.
Which is also wild for Gameson and Bunbu.
Yeah.
And
it's wild.
Boxy.
It's wild for all of them except Vina.
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, Boxy. What does Boxy look like just right after hatching? You know? What does he look like as a biological creature?
He does have bird feet, so he would have hatched.
Yeah, I don't want to imagine him being born. I don't want to imagine any of them being born through a womb of another monster. They were all birthed by Echidna and Typhon.
Sure.
They're the brothers of Cerberus and the Hydra.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange.
It's very weird. Things are weird. We know stuff now.
We do know
a little bit.
We know some stuff.
We know...
Is there anything else you can think of?
I don't think... some shit's going on, and I want more Mako, though.
I do want more Mako. We'll get some.
And I do want to see more monsters.
Yeah.
The next monster in the preview does also look hot, and
great.
I'm good. We're glad we're getting a. Glad we're getting a return.
We're getting back to the roots of Sailor Moon.
Which is me being attracted to the monster, and then being disappointed every time they die.
Yeah. So, as always, thanks for listening. You can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
You can find me at Frylord Zarek on Twitter.
You can find the show at late_school.
And thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the use of his song Semi-Funk.
The moonlight is a messenger of love.